water's getting deep now. Follow me around, yeah. Can you let me down? Please don't let me down, yeah.
Good evening, welcome back to the channel. So you find us here tonight on Pwllheli Beach. Now, as many of you know that follow my channel, I don't usually name the mark that I'm on, but as this beach is a safe venue, it's a shingle beach that just slopes down, and there's a lot on social media about this beach, so I don't feel like I'm prying on anybody's privacy. So yeah, we're on Pwllheli Beach. We've travelled off Anglesey, and I say we because Barry's with me. Barry's a friend, and he was in one of my previous videos on a road trip. I'll just swing you around quickly. He's up there, so that's me right of the screen set up, and that's Barry setting up there on the left of the screen. So yeah, as I say, it's a big tide. It's a 32-foot tide, which is a very big tide, but it's a nice shingle beach, slopes down, very safe. Conditions are pretty flat calm, to be honest. That's one of the reasons we've come down here off Anglesey, is for a change of scenery, and I'm after a fish that I've never ever caught before, but to be fair, I've never ever targeted it, and that's the black bream. So hoping to catch a black bream, or two or three or four, who knows. You do get various different species of fish on this beach, from black bream to the occasional taupe, red mullet, flounders, bass, a bit of everything. But I believe from research that it can be a tricky beach, and can be hard work, and it can be very peggy, so the fish can be one side of the beach, the other side of the beach, centre of the beach, 10 yards off where you are. What I've done, I'm not going to lie, my tackle's well overpowered for this sort of fishing, but it's what I've got, so that's what I'm using. What I've done is I've put one with 3-hook clip down with size 6 hooks. That's right, size 6.0 hook, not 6.0, sorry, size 6, not 6.0, size 6, tiny little things I guess, with 10-pound fluorocarbon for snoods. Way out of my comfort zone here. Even though I do freshwater fishing, this is way out of my comfort zone within the sea. So as I say, I've got one clip down with size 6 hooks, tiny little hooks, tiny little bits of ragworm, and I've thrown it to the horizon as far as I possibly can. Then on the other one, I've got size 4 hooks, which are a little bit bigger, but not on a clip down, just a 3-hook flapper, and I've thrown that one no more than 15 yards. I'm going to change my baits sort of every 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to see really what the crab activity is like. So yeah, keep tuned, and hopefully I'll bring you a black bream to screen, if nothing else. And who knows, we're down out on the road for a couple of days. It's now Friday evening. It's most probably about 6 o'clock now, Friday evening. We're going to stop in the motors. Barry's coming in his van, I've come in the car. We're going to stay in the motors and just have a couple of days fishing, and try and stay off the rocks to have a change and fish beaches. We may go further down the Cardigan Bay, we may move back up towards Anglesey, who knows. Keep tuned throughout the film, and I'll bring you back with any activities, maybe show you some rigs and some ideas over the next day or two that we're up to. But more importantly, let's hope we bring you back with some fish, eh? Come on, fish! Right then guys, I've just had my first fish, so the blank's out of the way. Now, because I'm used to fishing for larger fish with teeth and more power in them, I'm not very clued up with the small species, but the bite of this was that amazing, you could barely see it. And the size of it, I'm going to have to zoom right in. But I think it's a sand goby, but I could be wrong, so correct me. Don't shout at me though, correct me. Let's have a look. Whoop! Whoop! Look at that little thing there. Absolute tiny. But yeah, happy days. And it's not a blank. I better carry this monster back now. Barry's holding the camera like a shaking with him laughing.
Trying to hold it straight.
Unbelievable. This beach fishing larky, do you know what I mean? How can I catch that? Wiener! Cracking bite on it then. Picked up a bit of weed down the way in. Not a lot of weed. I reckon there's definitely a fish on it. Yeah. But he picked weed up, so it's hard to tell if that makes sense. Here we go, here we go! Target! There's a bead! Get in there! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I've done it! A small dab and a black bream. You can take the boy off Anglesey, but the fishing's just the same. Well done. Way, absolute buzzing. I'll get these in hooked. So we've got a small dab and the target fish of a tiny little black bream. I'm not even sure if I'm in shot. Am I in shot there, do you know? Yeah, tiny little black bream. I'll bring him into the camera. Look at that cool little dude. Absolute buzzing with that. It's only tiny, so it's not even going to make a meal. But we'll put it back, eh? And a dab. Woohoo! Get in there. Absolute buzzing. Will you just push pause, stop on that or whatever? Just having a message come through there, I was just having a look who it was, it's the wife. Quick update guys, it's now 8:10 at night and the hooks are getting absolutely stripped straight away, so there's obviously a lot of crab activity out there. I've had the dab, the black bream, the target, big smile on my face there, I'm very happy with that, and that little goby thing, which is either a common goby or the sand goby. What did we say that thing was? A common goby. From Google anyway, we think it might be a common goby. A common Google? A common goby. Yeah, so we're not quite sure. Don't usually fish for these little tiny species like this. So it's quite interesting, something different, bit of fun. Beach is now empty, all the swimmers seem to have disappeared. So yeah, gotta be honest, it's getting cold, so I'm still in my shorts. Don't know if you can see them sexy legs. Look at that, yeah, still in my shorts. Cold, winds had promised to. It actually gets up tonight, or well, 1 o'clock in the morning, to straight in your face here for 3-4 hours and torrential rain with it. So we're going to fish up until that point, and then we're going to get in the car and in the van, whatever, get our heads down, and then decide tomorrow what beach we're going to fish. We're going to stick to beaches and see what else we can catch. So yeah, quite interesting really. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to walk back up to my shelter and I'm going to put my bib and brace on and wait for that tide to get a little bit higher, then I'm going to put the kettle on because do with a cup of tea now. So, well, a cup of coffee anyway. So yeah, bring it back in a bit. Oh, I think it's just come off. Oh, that's it. I'm getting good at this, baby. I'm getting good at this. Rolling lead. Yeah. 7 ounce. 7 ounce lead as far as I can put it. Just show you this quickly. Number 2. Another tiny one. Little black bream. Second one. 4th fish. Happy days. Woohoo! Get it back. Alright guys, just another quick update really. So we moved right up the beach now. We're 2.5 hours off high water. Quick flick around. We're right up the beach. So tide will slow down now because it's coming right to the top of the shingle, so it'll slow down, so it's time to cook some tea. So for tea tonight I'm having these. They're not great, they're filling and they're quite good. So quick tip on how I do this is basically I've got a toast just like that, which is on the stove, and that's the toasty maker, and I pop the burger in there for a little bit, then I put it in its bap. I'll just show you quickly, not that I need to show anybody how to cook, but I put it in its bap like that. Because they're not very filling and they haven't got much going for them, is I add a bit of cheese. I buy a cheese of your selection and put a bit of cheese in there with it, with the chicken burger, which is quite good. But more of a note guys, turn you back on, more of a note really, just remember, really important message, you've carried it all down here in packaging. Make sure you take your packaging from wherever you're fishing, whether it be the beach, the lake, the river, the rock marks, whatever. You carried it down there full, carry it back empty. Don't forget to take your rubbish home. It's an important message that we all need to keep on top of, because it's the angling community will get a bad name, and that's no good for anybody, and it's no good for the environment either, is it? So yeah, just remember to take your rubbish home, and that's me going to cook my tea. So be dark in the next 40 minutes to an hour, so let's see if something comes on darkness. I will be switching over in a minute and putting one of my rods on big baits, because there's no way I'm sitting here fishing small baits through the night. So I'll flick over one rod to big baits in a minute, and hopefully get something big with teeth. Hey. So yeah, keep tuned guys, and anything exciting happens, I'll bring you back for it, yeah? We got an excited Barry. He didn't know he was on camera dancing there then. Fish all mate? You think so?
Small.
Hey, small's better than the blanket you've been having for the last couple of hours, isn't it? Go on mate. So yeah, we were just sat up there talking about how quiet it actually is. You can see the conditions feel quite good, and Barry got a bite, so he's come running down the beach, and he's not just gone and caught one black bream, he's gone and caught 2. Well done mate, crackers. Ideal.
Fish tank, aren't they?
Fish tank size. Well done mate.
Beautiful fish, aren't they?
To be fair, yeah, I'm not going to give you too much credit, but they're a little bit bigger than mine. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much.
So another species of the night goes to Barry. That's finally catching up with a few fish. Small school bass.
Little baby.
Little baby schoolie. Anyway, I'll let him unhook it and I'll let him get it back, okay? Well done, mate.
Thank you.
So, yeah guys, we're at the top of the tide now. And the tide pull is absolutely screaming. I don't know if I'll be able to show you this in the video, but I casted way left and it's pulled way right. It's not focusing properly. There's quite a bit of weed now over high water. It's not too bad, but there's a little bit of weed over high water. As you see, Barry's just had that small school bass. I haven't had anything for ages. On my left hand rod now, I've put a wire trace and a whole full mackerel, because you've got to have a go, ain't you? And then I'm still fishing with small hooks on my right hand rod. So if anything more happens, we'll bring you back for that, eh? Just got back in the car, guys. It's now 20 past 12 at night. So we're going to have a little drive now to a little spot where I park up when I'm around this area fishing. So we're going to have a little drive, park up, and that'll be us for the night. Don't know if you can tell, that's my bed in the background. But yeah, it's just sleeping in the car really. I have put up in my previous videos of my setup and how I sort of kip in the car, etc. So everything's in the car, nice and dry. Just before the rain, we had planned to fish till 1 o'clock, but we fished it about an hour down. And it's absolutely quiet tonight, to be honest with you. As soon as it went dark, we were struggling for bites. So I have done a bit of spinning and mackerel fishing on Pichelli Beach here before, but it's the first time I've actually proper bait fished it. So I'm getting the vibes, maybe it's not a nighttime beach. I'm not 100% sure, somebody might be able to tell me different. But it just didn't feel right. As soon as it went dark, all the bites died, everything went quiet. So anyway, we're going to go and park up, get some kip, start again tomorrow. So I'll bring you back when we're on our ventures somewhere tomorrow. Morning guys. This morning you find us still in Pichelli, and but we've moved up the beach and we're at Gimlet Rock. It's a horrible morning really, to be fair. Woke up about 6 o'clock this morning and it was just bouncing rain. So went back to sleep, and basically we've got up, had a cup of coffee, etc. And then we've just come straight down onto the beach. Like I say, it's a miserable morning, it's raining, the wind's up. We knew the wind was getting up until this afternoon, but the wind's up, it's a miserable morning, it's wet. Didn't really know what to wear this morning, so I've got shorts on, wellies on, a woolly hat on, a big thick jumper on, so I'm dressed for all seasons really. It's warm, it's wet, it's windy, it's a weird one, so yeah, dressed for all seasons. Just put the one rod out so far. I'm going to cook myself some breakfast now, some sausages, have some sausage baps here on the beach this morning, and then get on with the fishing. Quick flick around so you can see the conditions. There's Barry over there, he's just putting his rod out now. I've put the one rod out. There is a gentleman to my left fishing. It's horrendous. The wind's going the opposite direction to what it should be, but it is what it is. We're out fishing, that's the main thing. So yeah, like I say, going to cook some breakfast and then concentrate on the fishing. We're about two and a half hours off high water, so yeah, we'll see what happens really. It's a lot deeper down this end of the beach. I have gone out small baits, but hoping to catch some mackerel and stuff in a bit, ready for tonight's session. So yeah, get some sausages on, get some breakfast, and then bring you back if something happens in the meantime, yeah? I was busy cooking my sausages. Well, I still am busy cooking my sausages, and then I could hear Barry shouting down the beach, yes! Yes! Now Barry was targeting one of these. We didn't put anything up about it in case it didn't happen, but here we go. Red mullet. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much.
Absolute buzzing. I'll get you a decent picture with it now, just have a proper look at it, yeah? There we are, look at that. Red mullet. Absolute gorgeous. Look at that smile, come on. Show us a smile. Finally got my sausages cooked. These little things, these little toasty makers, cook everything in them. Barry's had the red mullet, and as you can tell by the look at him, all excited there, bobbing his head, and all excited. He hasn't got a clue I'm filming him, but look at him walk there, walking proud. Nah, brilliant. We're getting a few species. Weather's making it hard, and there's quite a lot of weed, to be honest with you. But we're pushing through. Oh, we're pushing through, and we're making the most of it. So yeah, here comes the rain again. Right then, guys. I might have made a bit of a mistake here. So I switched over to massive baits, just to see if I get myself a big bass or something. Resulting in getting nothing. But then Barry goes and shouts, and this is something that I've been trying to target for the last week or so. But Barry goes and shouts, yeah! Again. Check it out, he's got a gainer. Cracker, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicken of the sea.
Chicken of the sea.
Yeah. Oh, whoa, way, good catch, way, good catch.
Ah, spiky.
Just want to show the colours. Oh, wait, the colours in that. Absolute beautiful. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much.
Well, guys, it's another species, and this one goes to me in the shape of bait and a mackerel. Woohoo! Happy? So I've gone on the feathers, see if I can get some fresh bait for tonight. The mackerel we've got has seen better days now, so try and get a few fresh mackerel. So that's one. Hopefully we get a load more. About 10 or 12 will do for tonight. Right then, guys, it's now, what day is it? Saturday, yeah? It's now Saturday evening, so as you can see, we've left Pwllheli, and we stopped off in Criceth, on Criceth Beach here, and did a bit of mackerel bashing, got some fresh mackerel for tonight. So we've come to a beach, don't really know the beach, never fished the beach. It's like close to Shell Island really. Found it about 2 months ago on a bit of a trip, and thought this looks good, so we'll come and give it a go. So we're not far from Shell Island. Shell Island's just up here. So what do I know about this beach? Nothing much really, to be fair. It's fairly flat with a few gullies, few big holes. So there's a big hole here to my left, and that's main feature really, back to the high water mark up there. There's a big hole here, it's about 2.5 foot deep, and then there's a big hole just beyond it there, which is about 2 foot. I've had a bit of a walk over there, about 2 foot, and it runs up a bit longer of a gully, but at high water it's a further cast, so I thought I'd pick this one as my feature, my mark, and I'm going to fish. So obviously over high water I'll be back here and I'll be fishing this. It doesn't look like there's any gullies that are going to cut you off on the flood, but we're here in daylight. It's going to start flooding in the next sort of 10-15 minutes, and it's a beach that maybe I'd like to fish a little bit later in the year. So I thought we'd get down here tonight, have a go in daylight, and then we'll fish darkness, high water over darkness, so we're at safety. So you know, safety is key when you're doing these sort of things, fishing new venues. I always put it out there to fish new venues with safety in mind, and in daylight if possible. So yeah, that's the plan. The target off this beach tonight, bass, is most probably going to be the main suspect if they turn up, but I'm actually targeting turbot. I'd like to catch a turbot any size. It'd be another fish for the species that we've had so far this week. Obviously Pwllheli Beach is over there, a fair few miles, like it's about a 40-minute drive to where we are here. So yeah, we're going to get set up here, got the beach shelters ready for when the tide gets to high, because we think 2.5 hours of the flood should push it to the stones. So yeah, we'll go off that anyway, guys, and I'll bring you back if there's some fish, some action, and I'll bring you back in a bit anyway. So just a quick one now, it's flooding very, very quick. Guys, I know a lot of you know, and a lot of you are thinking, God, stop going on about safety this, but there is people out there that are watching these videos that aren't aware of things, and they're new to fishing, and they think, right, we're going to beach, that's going to be safer than any rock mark. No, that's not true. Not all beaches are safe. Some have sinking sand, some have gullies that go behind you and can be dangerous. So just a quick pointer out here now, which I did mention a minute ago. We're fishing, we're watching the tide behind us, but where we are, we've got gullies to our left and gullies to our right. Now let me just quickly, so this is that pool I was showing you earlier on. That's now starting to get water, which will fill, but it's quite deep, so it's not going to come around us. That one there, on the other hand, is filling up and around the beach, so that's going to be a big sandbank there in a minute. So if you were on there, you'd get stuck. Vice versa, I don't know if you can see because of the glare of the sun, but there's there's a big gully up there which is filling, and this one here which is filling. So that there is going to be a big sandbank, and again you'd get stuck on there. So that's why we've sort of chose this. We've got features to fish to, and it's not going to cut us off. As you can see where we are, it slopes straight up to the shingle. So it's just safety, guys, just pointing it out there. And yeah, I won't go on about it all. I will put it in all my videos, because like I say, there is some people that watch these videos that are new to fishing, and there's some people that are unaware of these things. So, you know, new marks at night, not advisable. Fish them in the day like we are. Plan to fish this one come early winter for the hopes of maybe some turbot. We're hoping for some turbot tonight, but we're fishing it early in the year just so we can get a feel for the place to know what to expect in the future. Again, the gullies will move with storms, etc. But you know, it's just getting a feel for it. So anyway, back to the fishing, guys, and bring you back in a bit. Not talking, it's against the law. Well, say something, you know you want to.
Your voice sounds weird on recording.
You didn't say that in the back of the van last night.
He thinks he's got a fish, but it's probably weed. I don't know. What's he got?
Oh, it's a bass! I didn't want a bass! Small bass! Not what I want. I want a turbot! Oh well, it's better than a blank, I suppose, isn't it? I'll get it back straight away.
No pleasing some people, eh?
It's all ready. Well, guys, I'm over the moon with this. I set out for a target. I know it's only small, but I said I wanted a turbot tonight on this beach. There we go. Got myself a little turbo. Look at that. Great little fella. Huh? Absolute brilliant. Looks the size of a mouth on him. Right, let's get this little one back. Absolute brilliant.
Well
Come
done,
right
mate.
here to get a picture of it, mate. That's the one. Okay.
Yeah.
Happy days. Get it back. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Turbo dance. Woohoo! So, guys, just had that little turbot there. Conditions are perfect tonight. Absolutely perfect. So I just thought I'd show you the setup that I've been using all this last 2 days, really. So basically, it's just a 3-hook flapper, nice and simple. Let me just nice and simple 3-hook flapper. I've got a lead to let it roll round in the tide. That is picking me up a bit of weed doing it like this, but it's moving, and the fish are obviously chasing the bait and picking it up. I don't use crimps. I just make a knot. I use a strong body, so that's a 80-pound body there, like that. And then off that, because I knew there'd be a lot of weed, I've got size 1/0 hooks, and got floating beads and some, just tipping bits of worm, bits of mackerel in the middle. Nice and simple, just simple fishing really. Don't need it to clip down, don't need nothing fancy. Chucking just, let me get that to focus, just behind really the white water, and that's how I've been fishing for the last 2 days. And obviously it's produced fish. We've had black bream, turbot, bass, gobies, had a bit of everything really. It's been absolutely fantastic. And Barry's fishing very, very similar, to be honest, but I think he's fishing clip down on some of them. But yeah, just nice simple setup, and loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. Well guys, we've just had to deal with a load of weed. Barry had a cracking bite. Here we go. There we are, look at that for a turbot. £2 and 5 ounces. Absolute what a fish. Yeah, well done mate. So that's a PB as well, yeah? It is, yeah. So red mullet, first red mullet this weekend. Yeah. Bream. Bream. Gurnard. Dabs. Turbots. Bass. What else are we going to catch? Unbelievable mate, yeah? What a fish. Yeah. Well done mate.
Dinner time.
Dinner time. Morning guys. It's now Sunday and the time is, it's 10 to 9 in the morning. So last night was horrific really with the weed. We got a few fish, but the weed was hard work. Even though the sea had flattened off, there was just loads of weed, and with it being such a big tide. So got back in the car just a little bit before 1 AM, and we driven back up to Pwllheli with the plans today, because we set out on this weekend with the idea of getting a black bream. Was the first target, which we've done pretty much straight away, and a red mullet was for Barry, which again we done on day 2 or the second morning or whatever it was. I can't even quite remember now, until I put the video together and look back. And then I said to Barry, like, turbot being the next one. So we made the journey, like I say, about 40 minutes to 45 minutes away from Pwllheli to where I know that you get turbot. And as you've seen, I had a little one to start it off, so that was target achieved. Then Barry went and caught an absolute monster. So yeah, absolutely fantastic, achieved some targets. So we've come back onto Pwllheli today to see if I can get myself a red mullet. Now I've had a red mullet years ago, a fair few years ago, so I just thought it'd be nice to try and get another one, maybe get some bigger black bream, who knows. It's fishing, and it's the last day of the trip. Not gonna lie guys, I'm a little bit burnt out, a bit tired now this morning. Back's hurting, been sleeping in the car, and dealing with loads of weed, so bringing tons of weed in doesn't help. So yeah, we just got onto Pwllheli beach. Had some bacon butties this morning at the back of the car, and then come down straight onto the beach, a couple of coffees and straight down onto the beach. So yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic so far. Can't complain. I can't really see what could top it off, to be honest with you. I plan these trips. If you follow my channel, I do these trips. I try and do at least one every 2 or 3 weeks. I fish 2 or 3 nights a week, but I try and do a trip every 2 or 3 weeks. Mainly doing by myself, because a lot of work goes into trying to plan how to work it about in between tides, where to stop, what marks to fish, what stage of the tide, and obviously a lot of moving, up packing and moving to a different mark. Now I usually do it all by myself. My mum used to be my fishing partner, but she's got a little bit older now, so she just can't do it the same. And my uncle Mac used to be my sea fishing partner as well, but he's not with us no longer. So yeah, it's a loss to me, and then I've struggled to find somebody to join me on these adventures. Obviously the wife used to, but then we've got kids, which makes it difficult. But as I get older, we'll become a family of adventures, I should imagine. Yeah, it's a difficult one. Anyway, I met Barry about 8 months ago or something. Been speaking to him for a while, and met him about 8 months ago or something, and then we had a bit of a local session together, and he said he was up for having a go at it, and he come on my last trip. We got on really well. The thing is, when you're doing something like this, it's hard to fish with somebody, because you're sleeping rough, you're living rough, and you're getting narky, you're getting tired, and you're hurting, things could be going wrong, you're moving. So getting somebody that you're not gonna fall out with, but you can get on with when things go wrong as well. And we seem to get on really well. This is our second road trip together. Barry's joined me on. Hopefully he'll join me on another one. I've got a few planned. So yeah, anyway, back to the fishing guys. Rods are out. I'm going to go and set my house up at the top of the high water mark now, and then hopefully we'll get some fish, eh? Keep tuned. Well, I'm not sure if it's the big yellow sun in the sky that is killing it or what, like, but there's just no bites at all. Conditions are really calm today. There's been mackerel crashing, going up and down the beach, and the birds chasing them and the fish chasing the mackerel. The whitebait are getting thrown up onto the beach. The water's crystal clear, and I mean crystal clear. I got wellies on, so I'll have a little look. Water's crystal clear, but it just isn't happening today. We haven't had a single bite between us. Crabs are stripping the hooks. Whoa, that's going to go with my wellies if I'm not careful. Crabs are stripping the hooks, but yeah, it's just really quiet today. Really quiet. Strange. Anyway, we're an hour and a half off high water. We'll fish it to the top and a little bit down and then see if anything changes. I've gone on to I've dropped my rods, fishing low, gone on to pop-up rigs, gone on to lighter line, I've gone on to 8 pound fluorocarbon hook links. Really trying the best to get a bite now.